Watch Who?
Hello.
And welcome to Two Watch Who, a Doctor Who podcast. I'm Mark.
I'm Sarah.
And I'm a Doctor Who fan.
And I'm new to watching Who.
Watching for the very first time.
Very first time.
And you join us, everybody, for our last watch of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're still doing the spin-offs. Congratulations, Sarah. You're nearly at the end of the spin-offs. And everybody else.
I was just going to ask about that. I was like, I wonder where we are in this journey of spinning.
Not too many. And I don't know. I think some people haven't seen these. Some people have. So maybe we've recommended some new stuff to people and they've, maybe gone to seek out.
You've seen some of these, have you?
Well, I forgot to say last week, I've not seen this one.
So there's at least two so far that you've not seen.
So we're doing Liz Shaw and Probe, the Devil of Winterbourne this week. We did Auton last week, which we both enjoyed. We actually heard from listener Blaine, who was an Auton and a unit soldier in Auton.
Amazing.
So that's great. Well done. That's really cool to be an Auton, I think. I absolutely love them. And I don't know if Verona Shard's balloon parties have seen a rise in bookings, but we never know. You never know. If you are a small business owner that has been in a Doctor Who spin-off, get in touch. We can help, spread the word. Whatever you do. But no, we're back to Probe, the Devil of Winterbourne. As I say, I've not seen this one. Oh, and I haven't got an intro this week. I've just remembered, but it's a difficult one to do.
Well, to be fair, much like this story, it goes straight in.
It goes straight in. It was only about 40 minutes.
No complaints here. I did it in one sitting.
No, I got up really early this morning to watch it. Well, I should say, previously on Probe, it's a bit of a sequel to what we had. What was it called? What's this one? Is this Ghosts or Devil of Winterbourne? This is the Ghost. Right, so this is a sequel to the Devil of Winterbourne. So previously in that, everyone, if you haven't caught up, so there's this school where Peter Davison was the headmaster, who was sort of like a cult leader, and people were being murdered, and one of the schoolboys thought he was a reincarnation of this old cult leader that set up the school in the first place. He tried to sacrifice Reece Shearsmith over the M4 or whatever on a motorway. Liz came in, sorted it out. The guy that thought he was a reincarnation supposedly jumped off the bridge and Peter Davison got arrested. That's the last one in a nutshell.
Give or take a few bits, yeah.
Basically, that's what happened. And we liked that one, actually. So this carries on. This is an extra 40 minutes. I don't know, it could have just been tacked onto the last one and been like a feature-length film, if you think about it, because that was like 50 minutes. This is an extra 40. It could have been an hour and a half all in one. It feels like they've just carried on filming.
My face then when you said hour and a half. Sorry. You're right, but I get why they split it though.
Oh yeah, I mean for like commercial purposes and stuff, and obviously if you're not a fan of Probe, I don't know why you probably wouldn't be watching it anyway, but I don't know, for the super uber fans of Liz Shaw and Probe, hour and a half, double feature, this could be at the cinema, big, no.
I feel this sort of tied into the idea of it being a series and like the story's carrying on.
Well, the thing is though, this is the fourth one we've seen and you're used to it now. And it does just feel like another episode. Like, the last one was last week on TV and then you're watching the follow up to it. Yeah, I didn't think it was too bad. Let's go through
Mark's review. Yeah, I didn't think it was too bad.
I mean, it's not as horrific as we had the last Probe with all the, all of that stuff that went on. We're back to normal. And it's written by Mark Gatiss again, but this is the first time he's not in it.
I was thinking when we were watching it, I was like, Mark's going to have to update on where we are on the who's in what.
Actor watch, yes.
Yeah.
I've got actor watch here. I mean, maybe he was just traumatized from showing his bum last time that Mark Gatiss was like, yeah, I'm not doing this anymore.
I'll write it, but that's my...
Yeah, maybe. So, in terms of actor watch, of all the actors that have been in spin-offs so far in the 90s, we do have joint winners of Caroline John and Louise Jameson, Liz Shaw and Leela, because they've done all their probes, and they're in dimension time. So they're both tied at 4.
What about Reece? What's his name?
Reece Shearsmith's only on 3. He's only
including last week's. He's only show.
He's done 2 probes and an auton. That's it.
I thought he was in the other. I thought he was in 3 probes.
No, because he wasn't in the last probe with Mark Gatiss and the barman, all of that. That he wasn't in that one.
I thought he was in the first one.
He's not in the first one either. That was Mark Gatiss that you thought was Turlough.
Yeah, you're right.
And I was looking up. I think he did this. So obviously, it's Reece Shearsmith is back as the character who was in the last one. I think he did this and then Auton in terms of filming. And then I was looking at his IMDb. It's only like a few other, bit parts. And then he's in like League of Gentlemen. So maybe that's why Mark Gatiss and Reece Shearsmith sort of are moving. They've done that. What's that smoke in front of you?
Yeah, sorry. I'm lighting a candle.
I was like, what's going on? Maybe they're like, they've done their bit now and they're sort of moving on up a little bit out of these things. But it's amazing to see that he's in this again. We've seen him in so many things. And he's on, he's going to be voicing in Wallace and Gromit this Christmas.
Is he?
Yeah, he's one of the voices in that. He's done so much stuff. And also I forgot, while we're talking about Reece Shearsmith in his career, I don't know if I mentioned, that docudrama we saw about William Hartnell,
all right, yeah,
and all that. And he plays Patrick Troughton in that. I mean, he's only in it because we were saying, and the criticism was at the time in that, if you go back, he's only in like after the regeneration, he talks to William Hartnell, doesn't he? And everyone's like, that's a terrible, it's nothing like Patrick Troughton. But that is Reece Shearsmith playing that. And again, being a fan, and that was written by Mark Gatiss as well. And there's a picture on the set of David Bradley as the First Doctor, Reece Shearsmith as Patrick Troughton, and then Mark Gatiss, who's obviously on set because it's his thing, decided to dress up as John Pertwee, and they're all having a photo together. It just shows, they're obviously doing this for I should have looked up, really. I doubt he's ever done an interview about being in any of these, but for him, it must have been great growing up, probably with like Liz Shaw or whatever, to be in these.
I thought when she was giving him a pipe at the end, I know we're jumping, but I was like, I bet that's a moment. Yeah. So it's nice. It must be nice for them to do. So we leave off. Actually, we start off with a bit of a flashback sequence of this original guy being hung in medieval times or whatever it was. Not medieval times, a bit later. History. When was it?
Back in history. Because it stands out to me because no one's tried to do a historical spin-off so far. They're always in the future or present day.
This is the closest we've had to a historical moment.
So well done for getting your wigs out, getting your hats out, and doing that. And basically, it's Reece Shearsmith plays Andrew, and he's new term, back at school, all that stuff happened
in the summer.
In the summer holidays, he's back at school. He's got a new set of friends back at school that obviously just caters for 30-year-old school children because they do not look like school children at all. Or supposed to be like 18 or whatever. They look.
They're supposed to be 18.
They're supposed to be 18, but they look.
It's in their 18th year.
They look early 30s to me, but never mind.
I don't think they're early 30s, Mark. That's been a bit. I think maybe later 20s.
It's fine. It happens all the time now. Riverdale and that do it all the time. It started with Probe. The funniest bit, and I hope I thought of you laughing when this moment happened. There's a new headmistress of the school.
Yeah.
Played by the same lady who got murdered last time.
Because why recast?
Yeah, why bother getting a new person in? And she's the twin sister of the...
Of course she is, yeah.
She's the identical twin sister and also happens to be qualified to run a school.
Yeah. There's never been mentioned before that she's a twin. So, yeah, why not?
So it was Miss Taplow last time and now it's just her sister. That just made me laugh. The moment he's like, Miss Taplow, and she's like, no, I'm her twin sister. I'm now running the school. It's just, just cover up all your production issues with one line like that.
Yeah, why recast? Keep it simple. Keep the same people on board. Maybe that's how they got them in the first place. You'll be in 2 scripts.
Yeah, we'll be in 2 scripts. You get killed off with one, but it's fine. You can just come back.
We'll bring you back in another character.
So we're sort of, in this story, I feel like we follow Andrew because he was the character from before, more than Liz, really. In terms of like, I felt like I was following his story because he was he felt like a sort of a regular character from before, rather than Liz coming in and there's an investigation. You know, he felt just as much of a lead to me as Liz in this.
Yeah, I can see that. I also think, just one sec, Mabel's toilet's just cleaning itself loudly next to me.
Sarah has a electronic cat litter underneath her desk.
And it's just very loudly doing a self clean.
Is it like a timer?
Yeah. I don't know why, like, it's right by me. I don't know why it's been so loud today. Right, stopped. Where were we?
I was saying about Liz being a lead or Reece Shearsmith being a lead.
Yeah, I think you're right, because we know him. It is his story, this, very much. We're following that. But this is probably one of the most I've enjoyed Liz in it. As in, I just felt like I knew her character really well. I knew what she was trying to do and get to. I think because I already know some of the story by this point, when she was on screen, I totally was like with her, following her. So I get what you mean, but actually I think previously, like, you know, we've talked about the first one where she comes in, she's making notes like a journalist. You know, this felt the most like fit of her character, of what she was, what the purpose of her character is.
Yeah, because Liz doesn't have anyone with her really in this. She doesn't need it because it's so slight. We've got Louise Jameson back as her boss, which is great to see. Again, we know those characters now. We know their relationship. And it's a bit of a shame, though, whenever we see Louise Jameson, all they talk about is, oh, the funding's been cut for Probe. The funding's been... There's nothing else, really. It's nice when they're having, like, a drink at each other's houses and stuff.
Having a cup of tea this time.
Yes. But, you know, it's... and it's great that Louise Jameson's in it, but she doesn't... That's all they talk about. There's nothing else to it. It's functional in terms of Louise Jameson's like, right, by the way, you know that kid that supposedly went missing by the motorway, they found his body, and it's supposed to be like months and months later. Oh, and by the way, this special book of spells or whatever has gone missing that was part of all this culty stuff. That's all it is really, to be there. But yeah, it's a shame that you don't get any more interaction because it's just great to see them, really. I just think they're great. I mean, actually, maybe I'll give you a bit of a spoiler a minute while we're talking about these two.
Oh,
it's sort of a spoiler because there is another one. There is another probe. But what we're doing in our watch, because actually people have been in touch recently just to ask what's the plan, and we're going through year by year. So we're still in 97 at the moment. So I've got them all listed out of what was released when per year, and we're going right up to, obviously, before the new series starts in 2005. So that's when we'll start the new series stuff. There's a handful of these spin-offs that came out after 2005. So we'll do those when they come out at the time, if you see what I mean. That's the plan.
Oh, so we'll do it like in the middle of me watching.
Because it's not the 90s. We'll do in the middle of a season. We'll get to that season, and then we might do like a one-off. There's only a few that came out in like 2015.
Wouldn't it just be easy to get all the spin-offs pre-launched and now, though?
No, because then there's only a handful. And we'll do it at release time because, you know, they're released maybe with a reaction to what's happening with the new series or whatever. We're doing it in order. It's the fan experience. It came out then. You know, this time you get the context. So there are a handful. So there was another one done, Probe, in 2015. And I've been on Dylan's podcast to talk about this one. It's not Caroline John because she had passed away by then.
Okay.
So they recast everyone, and the production values is like nothing compared to this. It's pretty bad. And the only reason I'm telling it, we'll probably forget by the time we get it's way off, but maybe we should do it. We don't have to, actually. They make Liz and what's her name, her boss, a lesbian couple in it. Right. But they're played by different people.
Right.
And okay. I don't know what the point of it was. It's terrible. But I don't know, maybe you can sort of see it in a bit of relationship here. It's really weird, and it's completely nothing like any of these, and I don't know why they even bothered to do it without Caroline John as well. That's why in my mind this is the last one, really.
Yeah, because you said it was. So when you said there's enough, I was like, oh my gosh.
It's not, I don't, it's the same character. It's Liz is the character, but because it's played by someone else, nobody else is the same. It's pretty bad. In my mind, we could be quite happy not to count it. But we'll see how we feel. Tell
us what you think of the one in the future.
But it's just funny that they made them a lesbian couple for some reason. For no reason. No reason at all.
No, they're just people that get on. They're just like, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why they did that. Anyway, so Liz starts her investigation. She's trying to find this book that's gone missing. What were you thinking? I thought with the book stolen and the new head teacher lady, I thought she was going to be behind it.
Oh, okay. No, I didn't think that. I thought it was going to be as simple as it was. Like, the plot was basically what I expected. There was nothing unexpected there. Actually, the only unexpected bit was towards the end, but we'll talk about it when we get to it. I thought he's going to convince him to kill someone. I didn't expect him to vanish.
Who was going to vanish?
Andrew.
Oh, Reece Shearsmith.
Yeah.
Did he vanish? No,
yeah. When he kills him and thinking goes up.
Oh, yeah. So he's back at school and he's got his new classmates. It's supposed to be term time, but there's still only 3 of them. It might as well just be the next summer holidays. And they're back in that room. Those beds have got smaller since last time. It's bunk beds now, and they are tiny. They look really squashed. I think
18-year-old boys, yeah.
I think the only reason they're bunk beds is so that they can get both of them in shot when he's looking over to them both.
Yeah, of course it is. Yeah.
That is the only reason.
He's in a normal bed. Why would they put the other 2 in a bunk bed otherwise?
It's just a normal dormitory, and then there's 2 bunk beds, and there's nobody else in these rooms at all. Anyway, he's starting to have sort of visions and being sort of taken over by the ghost of the other kid, or all that stuff. And the ghost of the kid is like, you've got to do it now. You've got to sacrifice someone. And he hands him, and I didn't realise it's like a sacrificial dagger that they call. I thought it was just giving him a screwdriver. It's like, why is he giving him that? Like, what's going on? It's only later on when he's got it in the attic, because he gets one of the boys and he actually sacrifices him. He actually kills somebody.
Yeah. I wasn't there was a point early on where I thought, maybe he won't. And then I thought he's got to do something for the story to move on. So something will happen. Like, he's not going to decide, no, I'm not going to do this. So at some point I thought, once he went into that attic, I was like, he's going to do it.
I thought he was going to just about do it, and someone was going to walk in and stop him or something like that. Yeah, I was really surprised that actually happened. What happens next? Oh, Liz, meanwhile, is...
Oh, yeah, that necklace stuff as well.
Oh, okay, we'll get to that. Well, she goes to interview Peter Davison in prison. I shouldn't call him Peter Davison. I don't know. It's not actual Peter Davison, everybody. It's the character that he plays. He's doing... Finally, he's convinced me with his acting. He was doing sort of bad criminal acting. Criminal as in a good acting, not it was criminal.
Good, bad criminal acting.
I'm saying he's a good actor.
Yeah, I thought he was really good in this.
To do like baddie acting, I thought that was good, yeah. But he is let out because there's not enough evidence from whatever happened before. And he heads straight back to the school, which you'd think, I was like, is he allowed his job back? What's he doing?
Yeah, he went and sat at his desk and everything. He just walks back in and sits at his desk. Puts down that picture, probably of a twin. Thinking, where's a picture of himself there?
Yeah, it's weird because in story times, I imagined it to be like 6 months later or something. And the first thing he does is just go straight back to the school. It's like, actually, yeah, you don't have your job now. Sorry. The reason I thought it was the head teacher woman that might be behind it, because she confesses that she actually got the book and she's trying to get justice for her twin sister. She was sort of investigating on her own. And I thought when you first see her in her office, that picture of the leader guy is on the floor. Obviously, because it happened before and it's been taken down in all the, what happened last time. And then when Liz goes to see it, it's back up on the wall. I thought, I'm totally overthinking it, and it's probably like just a production error.
I didn't even notice that.
And I thought, she's put it back up, and she was asking about the book and saying she got the book. And I thought she was like secretly setting up the cult again or something. That's why I suspected her. But no, that didn't happen. Then Peter Davison finds the dead body in the attic.
Really good at finding dead bodies.
Yeah, I know. It's like, you've just been let out of prison. You go straight back to the scene of the crime.
Attic, hold the same dagger that you had last time that they said was no evidence,
And is this the necklace bit?
Yeah, because he gives her that necklace like, I want to give you this. And she's wearing it when she's at that graveside. And then while he's killing that guy, the necklace is strangling her. So
who gave her the necklace before? That was last time. Andrew gave her that in the previous episode.
No, just before. They're walking in she's telling him that so-and-so, they found the body, and she's like, oh, I hope that'll give you some comfort. And he's like, oh, I hope it stops the nightmares. And they have that whole chat. And he goes, oh, I'd like to give you this. And he gives her a necklace.
So where did he get it from?
I don't know.
Oh, so I really didn't understand that at all. She just wears it straight away.
She probably thought, oh, that's a nice present from this lad who had a traumatic event, and I'll wear that.
Okay, because I was going to ask, I just didn't get that. I missed that. Completely missed that.
Were you having a tea break then?
Maybe I was, just getting a cup of tea at that point. And then really...
brief, it's only but it's when she's telling him about the body being found.
Yeah, I can see it now. They're walking along like the countryside, aren't they?
And he says, thank you. And she was like, you can move on with it. And he's like, I've got this for you.
Because they do mention the Mark Gatiss character that he's there, but not there. If you see what I mean, he's not going to be involved. I thought we might get one scene with him or something. I would have liked that.
You could add him to your...
He would, he would totally be... Where is he? He would totally be joint leader if he had decided to turn up and be in this, but no.
He turned up.
There is icon of the 90s at stake here, everybody. So if anybody gets in touch with a spin-off script, take that job. I'm telling you, 20 years, 30 years too late, but take that job. You'll be thanked with a Dosca in the future.
That you'll never see.
I'd love to design a Dosca and make it and then give it to people at conventions and be like, you've won the Tuoche Dosca, icon of the...
You could do that.
You should do that. Then the idea is to find Reece Shearsmith is to do a culty ritual thing and try and draw him out. So Peter Davison, Caroline John, Liz, and Mrs. Taplow's twin sister, those three decide to... get all the candles out, do the circle, read from this book. It's in the same room. I swear it's the same location as what's his name came out of the jelly last time. It's where it's filmed in exactly the same place, I think.
Yeah, it's probably the same book beds.
Same everything. Well, I don't really like culty stuff. I think I just found it really cringe. I just don't like any of that kind of stuff when he's reading the rituals and it's like the Master though in the demons or something like that, which I know was, it's a bit different then. If you have it once or twice, fine. But when you just get stuff like this, I can just imagine Peter Davison just cringing, doing this. It's just so...
But it's not for long. I thought it worked well.
And obviously it brings out Christian, the original guy, and then Peter Davison gets possessed.
Yeah, that I wasn't expecting.
Demon voice.
I thought that he would get the Andrew character. Do you know what I mean, Andrew?
Yeah.
I thought he'd get more powerful. When he appears, I thought coming a human form rather than ghost form. I wasn't expecting Peter Davison's character to get possessed.
No, I added something to it, I suppose. And then it's sort of all sorted out, really. They just sort of burn the book, don't they? They burn the book, and then Peter Davison's character, who got taken over, you only see it in long shot. There's an above shot of them all knocked out and stuff, and they've replaced him with a sort of burnt skeleton thing, but he's in his clothes, in the same shirt and everything.
There's some nice shots in this, actually. I was thinking about it. There's a nice shot when they're all outside on the grass, the three lads, and you've got the overhead shot. There are some nice, each time it sort of has stepped up a little bit. in terms of not, look, we can go into like the sets and the lack of all that sort of stuff, but you can tell as it's going that they're learning and things have sort of improved a little bit each time, I think. Do you not think?
Yeah, they've definitely got a crane, and maybe because it's a shorter episode as well, there's less to do. It's a bit easier on the budget, easier all round. They've sort of, maybe that's all they could do in terms of the script. We can only do 40 minutes and we've only got these scenes to do, and they can maybe spend a bit more time on stuff. Yeah. None of the production stuff stood out to me at all. I was just into the story for the whole thing.
Yeah, which was great. I mean, that's kind of what it should be, really.
If you'd watched the other Liz Shaws, would you buy this on video in the 90s?
No. Absolutely not.
No, not if you're a... No, I suppose not. Would you rent it from the library, maybe?
No.
Oh.
Would I rent it from... I mean...
Did you ever, rent stuff from the library like that, like videos and stuff? I suppose you're a bit too young to be doing that.
I got to the age where I started renting at Blockbuster instead of a library.
Oh, you see, I was always... I did it occasionally, but I was never a Blockbuster person, or only every now and then was the video shop. It was mainly the library was my place.
We did get a few from the library, but I think one got stuck in our tape player or something. So my mum was like, we're not getting any more from the library. I think she was just convinced that people don't look after them. It's going to break stuff. We're not having them. Which is probably true. And then you see later, I was getting DVDs from Blockbuster, probably around 14, 15 sort of age. We'd go on a Saturday or a Sunday night and go and choose we used to get them with, oh my gosh, this is right up your street, with our Tesco Club Card vouchers. That's right up your street, Mark. Mark's got Disney Plus with his Tesco Club Card vouchers.
No, I got the first 3 months. That's why I signed up to Disney Plus, because it was on Tesco Club Card. But no, I do pay for it now.
Yeah, they did a thing where you got 10 free rentals or whatever. So I used to go with my voucher and choose a DVD.
Yeah, okay. Well, sadly I never rented this at the time. I wish I had. But no, that's a good one. And I think that's nice. It's nice to see more Liz. As I say, we're not going to do any more Liz Shaws in this lot, but we've done them all. We've done them. All the probes. No more probes.
So how many have we done now? I mean, I lose track. I'm just you tell me what I'm doing. I'm yeah. We've done 8.
This is our 9th.
9th.
In the 90s, in the wilderness 90s time.
We're doing 13 or 12? Why do I have 13 in my head?
14. So we're not too far off, everyone. And some of those I haven't seen at all and really don't know anything about, so it'll be fun. But no, I really like these. And, season 7, Liz Shaw's Doctor Who season has just been announced as the next Blu-ray set. I mean, it would never happen, but if they did an extra disc with these on, the Further Adventures of Liz.
I'd like to see these cleaned up a bit.
I mean, you've seen sort of on my book, they are out on DVD, cleaned up, remastered. They are.
Yeah.
So it does exist. And, if this, I don't think they're ever going to come out on Blu-ray or anything. And I don't know about the rights and all of that stuff. And it's never going to come out on a BBC thing. But it would be nice to have a probe Blu-ray set of just these things for the people that really want extra Liz Shaw. Extra Liz in their life. I'm glad it does exist. But I can see why it's not everyone's taste and why some people just don't like the spin-offs. If I was doing a marathon, I would include these in my...
Would you?
Yeah, why not? It's all extra.
Well, we are, so...
Well, that's why we are. That's why we are. It's the full experience. Well, next is another Auton.
Right.
Auton number 2.
Auton number 2. Okay.
And we shall see if they're on location or if the budget's been upped in any reason or not. And actually, I've got a spare copy of this on DVD, so I might as well post it to you so you can watch it in proper DVD quality.
Not on some Russian site.
No, I mean it probably is on the Russian site as well, but no, we'll do it properly. So yeah, we'll do that as our next watch. But yeah, that is here we go. It's a good, it's not a bad one to end the year on.
No, I mean, I have enjoyed it more than I expected to. It is very 90s, but that's okay.
Yeah, but as you say, the quality is getting a bit better, like with Auton last time. They are slowly getting better. And it had your favourite Doctor in it, Peter Davison?
Oh, I don't know if he's my favourite. One of them.
Hey, you said he was your favourite a few episodes ago.
All of them.
You said he was your favourite.
No, you asked if he was my favourite of, like, recent.
Okay.
Yeah.
Changing it now.
I'm sure, because I think I'd still say Patrick Troughton.
Actually, no, you have said that a few times. Maybe that's what it was. But
so I think you asked me, like, in the period, which was my favourite.
Oh, the 80s. You are right. You are right.
Mark's trying to, like... Which I agree, yes, he was my favourite. But I'll say he's one of my favourites, but I don't think he's my favourite. I still think Patrick Troughton's my favourite.
Okay. Controversies. Okay, well,
correct you, Mark. So might as well be me. Might as well be me correcting you before you put it out, and the fans are correcting you. Actually, Mark, I think you'll find that Sarah said.
Well, we'll see you all next time for Auton as we continue our spin-offs, and that's 1998.
And where can you find us, Mark?
You can find us on Twitter and Instagram and Blue Sky at 2WatchWho, and you can support us at Patreon at 2WatchWho. So thanks.
Are
everyone.
We still on Twitter? Are people still using it?
No one said anything. I don't know. It's still there.
Are we posting on Blue Sky?
A little bit.
I say this because otherwise, listeners, Mark doesn't do things. So I have to check in with Mark.
It's because my phone is so old, the Blue Sky doesn't work on it in terms of like the app thing. So, which is probably, I think, is a good thing. So I have to log in and post and stuff. That's all, rather than just doing on the phone. So that's why.
That's what you, Mark. Get a new phone.
I know that's a new. Oh, well, I might as well wait till the January sales and stuff now. See what offers there are. Anyway, we don't need to know about this. Right. See you next time, everyone. Oh, next week or whenever the next episode comes out will be our end of year special. So we're going to do that. So look out for that, everyone. And then we'll be going to Auton into the new year. So see you all then. Bye.
Bye.
To Watch Who.